the strongest force in the human personality is the need to fulfill who we believe we are. We also can decide who we want to be.
What is personality? What is identification? What is the difference between them?
The label is part of our identity. And from the labels, we create our beliefs. Do you have any label?
Well, don't disturb nobody.
To be a pleaser, to be a good girl.
The strongest force in the human personality is the need to fulfill the identity, to fulfill who we believe we are. So what is a belief? A belief is something you repeat for yourself so many times that became true. Doesn't mean that's true. It became true after you made that decision that is unconscious. We all are making decisions all the time. You need to create one story to fulfill that identity. So maybe your story was, hey, I'm a good girl, and every time somebody asks me, it's hard for me to say no. I need to please somebody. I need to put somebody in front of me so I can keep being the please girl that I decided that I was. So we create stories to fulfill a belief about ourselves. We do everything to fulfill who we believe we are. But the question is, what do you believe about you is what you want to be? Are you believing that from lack, or you believing that from abundance? You believe in that from fear, or you believe in that from courage? You believe in that from, something that somebody told you should be, or your own soul, your own purpose, the road of your own potential? Both will give you different results. If you are believing from purpose, from believing and having courage to be who you really are, to have courage to pursue, you have a completely different life. But if you're believing from the other side, security, fear, no, because somebody told me labels, you will not have a fulfilling life for what you could have. For what you could have. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about okay life. It's okay. In Sweden, we all can have an okay life. Yeah, my life is okay. But we also can live like, fuck man, my life's fucking amazing because I'm building that. I believe that this is possible.
Like, I used to get very hurt if somebody would say, if I want that result, I need to change my personality.
That's a great question, because it's not about liking the person the way they are. One thing, you're talking about the person's soul, let's say, your soul is your soul. The person's soul is the person's soul. But when we talk about changing the personality, it's not because who you are, it's not a great person. With the personality you have, you can only get the results you can get, right? The personality you have gives you some kind of thoughts, some kind of emotions, some kind of behaviors. So you need to become another person. So when you become another person, you will have new thoughts, you have new emotions, and therefore you will have new results. Success is really relative, right? Success is different from everyone. I'm not here to preach what's right, what's wrong, and nobody can preach what's right, what's wrong, because we all have our own definition of success. For example, came to Sweden, I didn't know so much about what I actually thought success was for me. I was just going, So then I started to understand, some results that I'm getting are not matching what I know I can do. It's not matching what I really, really want for life. I am my own problem. I am not creating the life I want. So therefore, and the beauty is that as I'm creating something that I don't want, I also can create something that I want. We are doing these talks like one time per month with the purpose of, having like a consistency and an accountability group. You should be looking for people that has the same mindset and be around, because that's a huge influence. The mindset training never finishes forever. And that's why we create this group, to encourage each other, have accountability group, to listen to each other, and always go forward.